Have you taken your lunch break?
Well, I just opened my packed lunch.
I need to tell you something.
What is it?
I might be assigned to a big project.
Oh, really? That's great. Glad to hear that. I know that you've been working so hard, my dear.
Stop treating me like a kid. Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm not. I'm sincerely happy for you.
It hasn't been decided yet.
But it means that you're one of the candidates, right? That's great.
Do you really think so?
Yes, of course. Keep up the good work.
I will. If I'm assigned a project, I think I have to work more overtime. I'll come home late. I'll have to go for business trips more. I need to manage how my team works too.
Exactly. I understand. I'll miss you a little, but I really hope you're doing your best.
Thanks. Anyway, I need to get back to work.
Okay, I will also start mine. Thanks for letting me know about the good news. James, can you reply immediately? It's urgent.
What is it?
I got involved in an accident.
Huh? Are you okay?
I'm fine, but I think I broke my leg. I'm still young, so considering my future, I was told that it's better to have a surgical treatment.
Oh my God. Surgery? Is it that bad?
Apparently, I'm currently enduring the pain with an IV drip of painkillers. The doctor will explain the symptoms of the injury and the surgery in detail. He said that he needs to see my family member to discuss about that.
Oh, well, if that's what the doctor says, then I guess I better do that.
Well, James, can you come to the hospital now?
What? Why me?
You're my husband, right? You need to hear the doctor's explanation together with me.
The doctor said that he wants the family member to listen, right? So it doesn't have to be me. It could be your parents.
Huh? We are married. So as my husband, you should come, don't you think so?
Any of the family members can come. I don't think I can help to make your injury better, even if I listen to the doctor's explanation.
That's true, but I want you to come here.
You know I'm at work, okay? If I leave, it'll be a problem for everyone.
I know what you mean, but it's your wife's surgery. You are allowed to come. I know your company has a good reputation for family care of the employees.
I'll ask around, but don't get your hopes up.
I'm sure you'll be available. I'll wait for you at the hospital. Hurry up and come. James, where are you? You couldn't adjust your work schedule? Or are you on your way to the hospital? Please call me because I'm keeping the doctor waiting.
I'm in a meeting right now. I just can't get out. I'm sorry, but could you please ask your mother?
Huh? Why didn't you tell me this earlier? You made the doctor wait.
I told you, I am at work. I didn't have time to call or text.
No. Oh my God. What's more important, my surgery or your job?
Don't ask me to decide that. I told you the other day, I am about to take on the big project. That's been decided, and things suddenly started to become very hectic.
Oh, I got it. That's good to hear. I don't blame you if that's the case.
I'm sorry.
I understand. I told my mom to wait, just in case. I'm sure she'll be here soon.
Give my regards to your mother.
Yeah, I'll be in touch. James, is the meeting over?
The meeting was over, but I'm still busy. What is it?
What do you mean? I called you because my surgery is finally scheduled. You didn't forget, did you?
Of course not. So, when's the surgery?
Tomorrow at 3 p.m. It would be better not to let too much time pass. So the surgery is scheduled on short notice for tomorrow.
Oh, I see.
James?
Yes.
Of course you'll come, right?
Where?
To the hospital, of course.
I don't think I can go.
What? Why not?
I've got to go on an urgent trip for a project. A golf trip with some people from my client's company.
Wait a minute. You are aware of my current situation, right? Why did you plan that trip without telling me?
I can't help it. Your surgery and the project started on the same day.
That's true, but I was involved in an accident and will have surgery tomorrow. Can't you talk to the company and do something about it?
I'm saying I can't go because that wasn't possible.
I mean, there are plenty of other people who could go on a golf trip, right? Can't you just ask them to take that trip instead?
It's like a social gathering for an upcoming project. It's an important trip for me to get to know the faces and the personalities of my client's employees. You don't do much work, so you don't know how important this trip is.
I don't get it. I'm in pain from the accident, and you didn't even call me. My surgery is scheduled tomorrow because you didn't call me. I'm on painkillers since I can't endure the pain without that, okay?
I don't understand what I should do. I am just troubled. Anyway, it's not my fault.
Huh?
Because you weren't supposed to get involved in the accident. You weren't supposed to have the surgery. If I'd known in advance, I might have been able to schedule it.
If your company would give you a day off to accompany me on the day of my surgery, I can call them directly.
Don't do that. You are not a child. You shouldn't have gotten into that accident in the first place.
Huh? I didn't want to get into an accident either.
I don't like it when you keep putting your own convenience on me. It's not that I don't want to be there for your surgery, but this project I've been entrusted with. I want to make sure it goes perfectly. Do you understand?
I see. All right, that's enough.
Why are you mad at me? Patricia, how are you feeling? Well, I called the hospital. I heard you almost died in the accident.
Almost died? Why did you say that in such a cruel way? Well, thanks to the good doctor, the surgery was a huge success.
Great. So, how long are you going to be in the hospital?
About a month?
I see. Well, just take it easy. Think of it as a break.
I'm going to try to get out of here as soon as possible. I'm going to do my best in rehabilitation. I'm still in pain right now, but...
It's normal, since you had the surgery. Well, things are going well here. My clients are happy to see me. I'm starting to remember names and faces. With these people, I think we're going to have a very successful project.
That's good to hear. I'm glad you chose to skip accompanying me on the day of my surgery. That's why I want you to be successful.
I know. I'm a super serious workaholic. I always think about how much I contribute to the company.
I don't know if it's work or fun for you.
What are you talking about? Entertainment is an important part of the job. We can't do a good job if we don't all work together as one team.
I see. Just come to the hospital as soon as you get back. James, are you still working?
Ah, Patricia. I'm working overtime again today.
It's been a week since the surgery, but you haven't shown up at the hospital even once. Can you explain to me the reason why? To be honest, my parents, the doctors and nurses are appalled.
I told you I have to work more overtime once the project is official. You don't understand because you've only got a cushy job.
I understand that, but your wife is in the hospital. Isn't it strange that you didn't even pay her a visit?
I'm sorry about that. I'm struggling to do my best.
I don't think that matters anymore. Are you really working?
It's obvious. Don't be rude. Do you know how hard I'm working?
If you put it that way, I've also had a pretty tough time myself.
Anyway, I'll be there as soon as I finish some things. Just wait a little longer.
When do you think you'll be ready?
I don't know.
I can't believe that you're such a workaholic. If the project is a success, I'd like to see the results.
What's with that tone? Why are you being a sarcastic jerk when people are working so hard?
How can you, who's been thinking about skipping work all this time, suddenly become a workaholic?
Don't be silly. I'm just doing what I have to do. Don't be ridiculous.
Do you really need to work that hard and just abandon your wife in the hospital? Maybe you're trying at the wrong time.
What are you talking about? You're so persistent. Don't pester me every single time. I'm terribly busy, so why don't you just sleep in the hospital for the rest of your life?
What a terrible guy you are. Seems that you don't care about me at all. I understand now.
Patricia, you're finally getting out of the hospital.
Thanks to you. You never came to see me after all.
I'm sorry. I just didn't have the time to do that. My work got so busy.
Really?
I'll make sure I go home early today.
I don't know if I can trust you. You told me that I'm better off sleeping in a hospital for the rest of my life, right?
Huh?
You said it. You said that you're busy, so you want me to just sleep in a hospital for the rest of my life.
That was just a figure of speech. Can't you even understand that? Anyway, I'm going home early today.
You don't have to worry about me. Why don't you just get on with your important work?
Why are you upset? I'm happy to see my wife out of the hospital.
You didn't even care when I got involved in the accident. You didn't accompany me during the surgery. You didn't even check on me once while I was in the hospital. How can you be happy to hear that I'm finally discharged from the hospital?
I told you, didn't I? It's not my fault because they started the project. I've been busy.
You can stay busy forever.
Why did you say that?
Because I'm never going to see you again.
Huh? You're getting out of the hospital today, right? Stop blabbering nonsense. Anyway, I'll see you later. Hey, Patricia, what the hell is going on? Explain to me. I thought you got out of the hospital today.
Yes, I did.
I just got home. Why are the rooms empty? You're not home either, are you?
Oh, I had a contractor move all my stuff while I was in the hospital.
They moved it? Where?
Where? My new house, of course.
What? I didn't hear anything about it.
Because you're busy with work, right? You didn't come to visit me, so I couldn't talk to you.
I know that I was busy with work, but you shouldn't have decided to move out on your own.
You haven't been home, have you?
What? Don't be silly. Well, sometimes I stayed over at the office when I had to work late, but I did go home.
Are you sure? Then you must know that some stuff have been moved out.
What?
They moved my stuff out a week ago.
Seriously?
That means you didn't know, right? If you didn't go home, you couldn't have known. You didn't go home because you were at your affair partner's house.
What the?
You didn't expect that I know about that, right?
Why did you?
My friend just showed me this picture. I just sent you the picture.
What the hell is this?
I want to know who she is. You told me you attended a social gathering for the project. You went on a golf trip, right?
Oh, yes.
So, the person you were dealing with was a woman.
There was a woman on the team.
I see. I have a friend who likes to play golf there. My friend told me that there's a guy who looks a lot like my husband. She sent me some pictures of this guy. She said You both look like a couple to her.
That's just what she thought. There were other employees around.
Is that so? But there are many more pictures.
Huh?
I'll send them to you now.
This one. When and who took these pictures?
The picture of you walking into that woman's apartment, and she's even holding your arm like she's having a good time. And there's one of you shopping at the supermarket.
I am asking you about who took those pictures.
I showed pictures of your golf trip, and I had my doubts about how insane your behavior was. So, I asked the investigation office to look into you.
You did that while you were in the hospital? What a crazy woman.
My mother helped me.
Does your mother already know about this?
Of course. You didn't even worry that I had an accident. You neglected me after my surgery. What kind of husband would do that? Even my mother was disgusted.
You...
That's why I decided to move out on my own.
Why?
Don't you understand? It means I'm divorcing you.
Divorce? Don't be silly. I didn't approve that. I won't do paperwork for the divorce.
Oh, that's okay. I filed it and brought it to your company.
What? To the company? Why did you give it to the company? It had nothing to do with the company.
It had something to do with it.
What the hell does it have to do with my company? Stop kidding.
I'm not kidding. I got into an accident when I was protecting a pregnant woman.
What? What does that have to do with the company?
The pregnant woman is the daughter of the president of your company.
What? The president's daughter?
She's married and expecting a baby soon.
Oh, I've heard that story before.
The president came to visit me right after the surgery with his family. He said thanks to me, his daughter and her baby were saved. He told me how grateful he was from the bottom of his heart. When I got his business card, I realized he is the president of your company.
Oh no.
He was a friendly man and told me about a lot of things. We talked a lot about you.
What did you talk about?
You were working on a big project. You went on a golf trip with your business partners. You were too busy working every day to come visit me in the hospital even once.
Are you an idiot? Why did you say that?
Why? Because that's what you told me. Listen, your boss was so surprised and he looked into your job internally.
Seriously?
I heard you weren't selected for the project.
What?
I heard you were rumored to be having an affair with a woman in the same department. It was so obvious between the two of you that word got around. I heard that's why you were removed from the project.
No, that must be some kind of mistake.
Do you think the president would tell me something wrong, even though he did an internal investigation?
Maybe.
The president was very angry when he found out about it. He said he couldn't allow such a scumbag to work for his company.
So?
Now, he's considering your demotion. Or better yet, he's considering firing you.
Hold on. I'm going to lose my job? Please don't do that. I'm sorry. I just got caught up in the moment.
The devil got in the way and you had an affair. So you didn't show your face when I was involved in an accident and on the day of my surgery? Who would accept such a reason?
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I don't want a divorce. How am I supposed to live with myself if you divorce me?
I don't care. You decided to do that on your own, so you must take responsibility.
Please, talk to my boss. I want to keep my job in my current department.
That's not gonna happen.
Why?
You must have had some pretty nasty dealings with your affair partner. I heard you had a pretty bad reputation. It's weird to watch. I heard some people were saying that you're getting in their way since you can't work properly.
Really?
Well, if I were the company's president, I can't help but to think about your demotion. If a good employee quits because of you, there's no way to save the company. The documents and photos proving the affair and the divorce papers, I've left them with the president, so please, pick them up.
Are you serious? Give me a break.
Because I couldn't move, the president went to the hospital several times. He said he'd take care of me. How could I refuse?
I'm so sorry. I'll apologize as many times as I have to. I'll do whatever it takes. Please, forgive me. I'll do whatever you say, Patricia.
Really?
I cross my heart and swear to die.
I want a divorce.
No, I mean...
Oh, I almost forgot to tell you.
What?
Your stuff is in the trunk room. It's due tomorrow. If you don't get them out as soon as possible, they'll charge you extra fees, so be careful. I left the keys with the president, along with all the paperwork. Also, the lease on the apartment is up at the end of this month. You'd better find a new place to live by then.
Oh no, you're kidding, right? I have to meet the president early tomorrow?
That's right. If you want to excuse yourself, you can go directly to the president. He's a sensible man who listened to me kindly. What a brilliant man. Well then, good day to you.
Wait a minute. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just being friendly with a female colleague of mine. Why should I be punished that much?
Put your hands on your chest. Think about it. I don't think we're getting anywhere talking to you. I'm going to stop talking to you now.
Wait, we're still in the middle of a conversation, right? Think about me too.
I can't do this anymore. Then I'm blocking you right after this. Goodbye. After that, James went to see the president in a cold sweat. After being lectured by the president, he was ordered to move to the branch office, and his belongings in the trunk room were to be sent to his new post. I decided to make James and the adulterer pay alimony. The divorce was successfully finalized. Incidentally, it seems that the woman with whom James was having an affair has had a similar experience before. She may have felt uncomfortable, so she left the company and disappeared. James was dumped by his lover. Rumors of the affair spread at his new post. He seems to be living a lonely life by himself, feeling ashamed of his position. There is no room for sympathy for James, who has never shown a shred of kindness. I hope he accepts God's punishment. I continue to work as usual while going to rehab. I'm lucky that my injuries don't interfere with my job because I work in an office. Once my leg is completely healed, I'm going to start doing sports for fun.
Alice, what are you doing now? Are you still preparing for breakfast? I need to talk to you. Can you get back to me right away? Hey, didn't you check my message? Alice, reply to me. It's not like you haven't seen it, right? How long are you going to ignore me?
I just noticed your message, Ambrosia. Good morning. I was hanging the laundry and didn't have a chance to check my cell phone. Sorry about that. I'm going to go out with my son, so I have to get ready.
How can you complain so much in the morning? You work so slowly, but you keep telling me about your excuses. If your son, Kevin, learns from you, I have no doubt that he'll become an incompetent man in the future. I won't allow that. Children watch their mother's behavior, so you should be careful of how you behave.
Excuses? I didn't mean it that way. I'm sorry. More importantly, what are you doing here so early in the morning?
Oh, I forgot. As I was saying, for Kevin's sake, you need to be a good mother.
Yes, I'm doing my best every day to accomplish that.
Really? I don't think so from what I saw this morning. You don't have to try so hard. People say that children are the mirror of their parents. You have to be diligent and practice hard work.
I'm fully aware of that. I want to be a good example for my son.
I can't trust you. I've been watching you for a long time. To begin with, I've seen that you can't even do your duties as my son's wife properly. With a useless wife like you, I feel sorry for both my son and your son. Seems that you're not taking care of them properly.
That's a terrible thing to say, Ambrosia. I take good care of my husband and son. As I always tell you, I do my housework without cutting any corners.
Don't be so overbearing. You're a housewife, so you're supposed to do the housework. Stop kidding me, okay? Doing housework is your duty. Plus, you must love your husband and son too. What about that? Can you say with confidence that you're doing that properly?
I don't know how you see me as a person. I treat my husband and son with love. My husband, Albert, is a very capable man. He cooks for me and he's been very helpful.
What? You're making the breadwinner of the family do the cooking? What on earth do you think you're doing?
Why are you asking that? It's normal for men to cook nowadays. Besides, most of the top chefs are men. In my opinion, men are better at creating subtle flavors than women. Did I say something to offend you?
That's impossible. I mean, are you out of your mind? You shouldn't let my son cook.
I beg your pardon? My husband told me that he likes to cook. Fortunately, I don't work a lot of overtime and I get home early. He does it voluntarily. I don't have to rush to pick up Kevin from daycare, and I can get other things done, so I'm really grateful.
Aren't you ashamed you let your husband do that? What are you doing? Cooking is a wife's job, right? You're just cutting corners by making my son do your job. For your information, he's not your housekeeper.
Housekeeper? Why are you talking like that? I never thought of him as a housekeeper. So please, don't be rude. What you just said was terrible.
Listen carefully. You don't know what you're doing because you've never hired a housekeeper before. What you're doing is like hiring a housekeeper. I'm sure my son feels the same way. I made him stay with you because I thought it would make him happy. I should have stopped him if it was going to end like this. As his mother, I regretted that I let him live together with you.
I'm sorry to hear that, but my husband really likes cooking. He always seems to enjoy cooking. I think he does it for the sake of our family. I don't think he does it out of spite.
That's a very selfish thing to say. Do you really know how Albert feels?
What?
He grew up in a completely different family than you. In our family, I did all the housework. Albert has been watching how I did my duty as a mother and wife since he was little. I believe that housework, not just cooking, is something a wife is supposed to do. That's all I know.
That may be true, but...
Are you making excuses again? That's just the way it is. Do you know why Albert cooks?
I think he's trying to help me.
You really are optimistic, aren't you?
What do you mean?
It's because your cooking is bad. Albert decided to cook because he doesn't want to eat bad food every day. He has no choice. It must be depressing to be forced to eat bad food every day.
Whenever Albert ate my food, he always said that it's delicious. He even had second helpings. I don't think my cooking is that bad.
You really are brazen. You should have noticed what's on Albert's mind if you really care about him. He is a kind boy, so he can't tell you the truth.
Albert is a really kind person. My son and I both live with his support. I'm very grateful that Albert understands how I feel. You don't need to worry about us, Ambrosia.
How can you say that so plausibly? Don't make me laugh. I've raised Albert all my life, and I know him better than anyone in this entire world.
He's a sweet boy, so I'm sure he puts up with a lot. If you're saying that you can't do the housework, let me handle that on behalf of you then. You need help, don't you? I don't think that's necessary. I'm not in any kind of trouble, so don't worry. How can I trust anything you say when you keep making excuses? If you want, I can take care of both Albert and Kevin at my house. I think that's too much. It can't be helped since you are a useless wife. Excuse me, Ambrosia. I'm about to start work, so please excuse me. You're still working? I told you to quit your job and devote yourself to your son and husband, didn't I? Well, I'm sure sooner or later, Albert will get fed up with you and divorce you. Feel free to do whatever you want. Good evening, Ambrosia. May I have a moment with you? Hey, Alice. What's wrong? I didn't expect you to text me at this hour. I wonder if you're sorry about the other day. It's rare to hear from you. Well, I didn't mean to be rude at this time of night, but... Don't worry about that. You're not the kind of person who cares about time, are you? Excuse me? Because you don't have any common sense. You don't even know what it's like to be a good wife. So what is it? If you're too busy, I'll text you tomorrow. You just texted me, so let's get on with it. You wanted to talk about something, didn't you? Something like you are sorry for what you did the other day? Or that you finally noticed that you're not a good wife? Maybe you're thinking to take care of your husband and son more carefully. If you've changed your mind, I'm always willing to listen. Unfortunately, I'm not talking about that. No kidding. Well, okay. So, what is it? You must have something important to tell me if you're going to go to all this trouble to contact me. Yes. Do you have time this weekend? Saturday or Sunday would be fine. Oh, I'm free either way. What is it? Are you thinking to take me out to dinner because you were sorry for what you've done? No, not that. I'm sorry, but I was wondering if you could come over to my place. Huh? Are you ordering me to come to your house? Why should I obey you? If you want me to come over, why don't you come over here instead? No, it's not my request. Kevin and Albert want you to come here. Are you sure about that? Yes, I am. They both want to see you for the first time in a while. Really? I knew it. They both like me, don't they? I guess so. If it's all right with you, I'd like to have you come over either Saturday or Sunday around noon. Can you arrange your schedule for us? Of course! Well, the earlier the better, so let's make it Saturday, shall we? Saturday then. I'm glad you're coming. But I have one favor to ask. Your favor? You're being so impolite. On Saturday, I'd like you to come at lunch. What? Why? I want to see my son and grandson as soon as possible. Why can't I go early? I have to go out to run an errand in the morning. I think I'll be home around noon. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. If you could come at noon or afternoon, that would be great. I see. Well, looks like I don't have a choice. I don't know if I can trust you or not anyway. Please don't say that. For once, I'd like you to do so. Why are you being so stubborn? Are you perhaps planning to harass me? That's not a nice way of putting it. What do you mean? I know you don't like me, Alice. Using the names of my son and grandson whom I love just to execute your plan is horrible. Executing a nasty plan? I didn't mean it that way. You don't have to fool around. I'm not the kind of person who gets scared by something like that. I don't know what you're up to, but I'm going on Saturday anyway. I really want to meet Albert and Kevin. I'm looking forward to it. I'd appreciate that, but please come during lunch. Okay, I got it. See you then. Ambrosia, can I call you now? Ambrosia, may I ask you to pick up the phone? I'm sorry to keep calling. Please, pick up. I'm calling you.
Oh, Alice, what's wrong?
Please stop pretending like you don't know anything. I told you, didn't I? I told you to be here at lunchtime.
Is that so?
I told you many times, and yet you came in the morning.
I don't like the way you talk. Is there a problem for coming early?
It's a big problem. You threw away mashed potatoes and pancakes, didn't you?
Oh, those creepy food on the table? Alice, how many years have you been a housewife? You haven't improved your cooking skills at all. And to begin with, how you served the food was terrible. We are living in the age of trendy cuisine, so I decided to throw away that bad-looking dishes. I don't want Albert and Kevin to eat it. I'm glad I did that before both of them notice. You should be thankful to me.
Why did you do such terrible things? You didn't have to throw the pancakes away.
Oh, those ugly pancakes? I couldn't even tell if they were round or square or what shape they were. They looked so bad that I threw them away.
What? My son made them for you.
What? Kevin made them?
That's right. Kevin said he wanted to make something for you, so he made them. Well, I helped him, but...
What do you mean?
Besides, that mashed potatoes, it was made by my husband and son, who said that they wanted to make you happy. They were happily making those together.
Stop lying. You just made that up anyway. You did that because you want to hide your poor cooking skills.
Of course not.
Why were Albert and Kevin cooking?
They did it for you.
For me?
Did you forget what day is tomorrow?
Tomorrow? I have no idea.
It's your birthday.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Kevin told me that we should make a surprise for you. That's why I asked you to come during lunch.
Kevin said that?
Yes. Since I'm sure that you have your own plans, we decided to surprise you either on Saturday or Sunday. So I thought I'd ask you to come without telling the details. Kevin isn't good at hiding things, so I decided to contact you.
Oh no. Are you telling me that the mashed potatoes and pancakes were cooked by Albert and Kevin?
That's right. They really wanted to see your happy face when you ate those.
No way. Why didn't you tell me?
That's because it was a surprise. That's why I reminded you over and over again not to come until lunchtime.
I can't believe this is really happening. I thought you were up to no good.
I wasn't thinking of anything nasty, but since you have a duplicate key to our house, I just wanted to make sure that the surprise won't be ruined. It was all for nothing in the end.
Wait, I didn't know anything about that. I thought that dish was made by you.
The three of us had gone shopping for flowers in the morning. We went to the florist while talking about how you'll be fascinated by our surprise. But when we got home, everyone was stunned. Kevin was crying so badly.
Oh no, Alice, please keep this secret between you and me. Don't ever tell them the truth. I won't forgive you if you tell them.
By the way, Kevin is reading your message too.
Huh?
Of course, Albert too. He's insanely angry. He said he'll never get in touch with you ever again.
I can't let that happen. You're Albert's wife, right? Do something about it.
Even a wife can't easily change her husband's mind. Besides, if you throw away the food people worked so hard to make, I think anyone would be angry. That's why Kevin was crying so sadly. You did such a terrible thing.
I'm sorry. Alice, please. I don't want Kevin and Albert to hate me. I want to keep in touch with them as usual from now on. Please do something about it.
If you feel that way, please apologize directly to both of them, not to me. I'm not some sort of intermediary. Apologizing to me won't solve anything.
Don't be so cold.
Well then, I'll leave you to it. I guess Ambrosia felt bad indeed, so she came to our house right after we ended our conversation. She sincerely apologized to my husband and son. My son was crying, and my husband was furious. But seeing Ambrosia apologizing in tears, they eventually forgave her. My husband told his mother that he'll cut ties with her if she dares to do the same mistake again. After this, my mother-in-law gradually became calmer and easier to get along with.
Samantha, I have a question I'd like to ask you if you don't mind.
I wonder why you texted me out of the blue. Has something bad happened?
No, nothing bad happened. I just want to ask about where you were yesterday evening.
Yesterday? I was at home. No, I went to pick up the dry cleaning in the evening.
I went to your house thinking you'd be there. I was in trouble because no one's home.
I'm sorry, my suit was due yesterday.
I always go to your house in the evening. Why didn't you at least call me if you're not available? Or did you do that on purpose?
No, I didn't. I went out to pick up my suit, so I left the house only for about 10 minutes.
Well, that's okay. From now on, call me when you go out in the evening.
Got it. But you have a duplicate key to the house, right?
So what? I'm your mother-in-law, but I'm a guest to you. Do you want me to enter your house with a duplicate key without your permission?
We're family, so it's fine. That's why I gave you a duplicate key.
Why are you talking so high and mighty? Who do you think you are? You can't even cook a decent meal? Don't you dare to talk back to me.
I'm not trying to offend you. Besides, I cook every day without cutting corners.
Are you talking about those bad-looking dishes? You haven't forgotten that I go out of my way to cook for you on your workdays, have you? My son said that my cooking is delicious.
Is that so? I also think that your cooking is delicious.
Stop blabbering nonsense. I told you to quit your job if you want to get married to my son. You remember that correctly, don't you? I know you're incompetent, but you should remember what you were told.
Sorry, I'm not doing my duty properly as your son's wife. I apologize for that. But I take pride in my work. I do my cooking and other household chores well, even if I'm not very good at them. I didn't do anything wrong, so stop preaching me.
Silence! How dare you say that? Don't make me laugh. There was dust on the TV, and the laundry was untouched.
I take in the laundry in the evening after I get home from work. On work days, I wash them at night and leave them hanging out to dry. Are you telling me to do more than that?
I clean the whole house from corner to corner.
Even the bedrooms?
Of course. I don't want to leave the bedrooms dusty. Edward is allergic to house dust. If you make it worse, it's a big problem. Besides, if he doesn't get a good night's sleep, he'll be exhausted at work.
I understand that, but I have my privacy too. I don't want you to go inside the bedroom.
What are you talking about? Then why don't you clean it properly? And you should do something about the amount of clothes in your closet. All those clothes are so lame. I couldn't even take a look at them. I think you should just get rid of them right away.
What? Did you open my closet? That's just too much. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop.
Why should I? It's your fault, isn't it? It's because you haven't been taking care of the house properly.
Edward is not a little boy anymore. He's a grown-up, and he's a married man. I don't think he wants you to tell him what to do.
Who do you think you're talking to? Don't talk to me as if you know everything about Edward. How long do you think he and I have been together? You guys have only been together for 2 years and married for only 6 months. There is no way you can take care of Edward. I know him the best and I can take care of him.
Hey, it's me.
Can I talk to you for a minute? Edward? Yes.
You're not using your cell phone, are you?
Yeah, it's Samantha's. She just showed me all of your messages. Mom, I don't want you messing with us anymore.
Huh? What are you talking about, Edward? I'm your mother, and I'm the one who raised you.
I'm grateful for that, and I appreciate your hard work, but I'm not a little boy anymore. It's gonna be a problem for my wife if you keep on messing around. Let's give each other some personal space. I'm tired of your selfishness. I want you to leave me and my wife alone.
Please don't say that. I can't live without you. You know that, don't you? I'll apologize sincerely and do whatever you want.
I've been warning you about this, haven't I? But you never listened to me. Samantha didn't tell me anything, but I noticed your behavior towards her. I'm an adult and also married. I don't need you to take care of me anymore. Frankly, I just want you to let me live my own life. Please understand that.
Edward, don't say that. Don't abandon your mother. I beg you.
It's too late. I tried to warn you, but nothing changed. Don't even think to drop me a message for the time being.
Wait, Edward. I didn't expect you to treat me so badly. I have no doubt that Samantha has brainwashed you. I don't care about both of you anymore.
Is that what you really think? I'm so stunned. Thanks to you, I've learned to look at people's feelings objectively. I'm so grateful for that. Anyway, I'm going to use you as a good role model and accomplish my goal to become a respectable adult. Thank you for helping me during the process. Well, goodbye then.
It seems that Ruth, who finally revealed her true feelings to her son, got impatient and called my husband several times. Of course, Edward ignored her. When she found out that her son was serious, she sincerely apologized to us. She even asked me to persuade my husband to forgive her. When my husband found out, he got angrier, and his anger never subsided. Now we are practically insulating Ruth from us. I'm willing to forgive Ruth if my husband wants me to do so, but I guess it's easier said than done. Hey, when are you coming home? Are you checking the time? It's long past the appointed time. Jade, what's going on? I had a long meeting with a client. I couldn't turn them away since they came to our office. I'm on my way to the station now. I'm sorry for being late. You should have let me know in advance. You're not single anymore. You're my son's wife now, so you should be aware of your position. Yes, I know. If you understand, then follow the rules. You must start cooking dinner at 6 p.m. and serve it at 7 p.m. I told you that's our rule. I'm sorry, but I really just happened to be late today. Anyway, I texted you about being late today. I think I sent it around 3 p.m. What? I just saw your message now. Really? I didn't expect my son's wife to be a woman who would make such a blunder. I trusted you, so I didn't check my phone at all. You have betrayed my expectations. Do you think you are a good wife for my son? I'm very sorry, but please calm down, Esther. How can you say that after irritating people like this? I can't just calm down. I know you're usually at home being lazy, and suddenly this morning, you tell me that you have a meeting today? That's so strange. You were just saying random things. But the truth is that you went somewhere to have fun, right? That's not true. Besides, I'm not being lazy at home. I usually work from home, but sometimes I need to go out for meetings like today. I'm not just staying at home doing nothing. I've explained it to you before, haven't I? I don't know anything about that. I wonder why my son got married to a horrible woman like you. Looks like he got the short end of the stick. It's true that you may have a pretty face, but you can't even do the housework after being married for 2 years. On top of that, you can't even have a child.
What a useless wife.
That's rude, Esther. You don't have to put it like that. I'm trying my best to get used to everything. I haven't cut corners in housework or work.
Even though you don't cut corners, you're not doing the housework properly. You really are a failure from the beginning. It's so sad that my son, Tommy, was so blind with love that he couldn't see the real you. I wonder if I brought him up the wrong way.
Esther, don't you think you're being too harsh? I've been listening to everything you told me. I've done everything you asked me to do, and yet you call me a failure. I think you just hate me. That's why you're so sarcastic, am I right?
Well, what can I say? I never said anything like that, did I? I think you're just imagining things. Don't be so paranoid.
I'm not paranoid.
Forget it. If you have time to complain to me, just come home quickly. I've got a mountain of housework for you. Because of you, our dinner will be late. Tommy is waiting for you with an empty stomach. Don't you feel sorry for your husband?
Then why don't you cook for him once in a while?
What?
Both you and Tommy always complain about my cooking. Instead of waiting for me to cook something that doesn't even taste good, why don't you cook and eat what you both like?
What are you talking about? You're really cocky. It's your job as my son's wife to take care of the house. I let you join my family, so can't you at least do that? I hope you'll improve your cooking skills as soon as possible.
I understand. Anyway, I'll be home after 7 p.m. today. Dinner will be served after that. I'll make it as fast as I can.
What? Are you telling me that dinner will be late? Eating too late is not good for health. This is why I hate wives who can't take care of their family members.
Please understand that I have no choice. See you later.
Just come back home soon. I'm starving. Please cook something like beef steak for dinner today. Jade, are you there? Is now a good time to talk?
Can I help you?
I really wish I could go talk to you directly in your room. But I don't want to talk to you face to face as much as possible. You don't want to see me face to face either, do you?
I don't think so. Anyway, what is it?
Actually, Tommy and I had a discussion a while ago. We decided to go on a trip.
A trip? You and Tommy together? No one told me anything about that.
What's wrong with that? Are you dissatisfied?
No, that's not what I meant. By the way, when will both of you go for the trip?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? No kidding. That's a very sudden decision. How did you come up with that?
It's not a sudden decision. We've been talking about it for a while.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Well, that's because it was a secret. I didn't want you to know. But I thought if we left the house together, you would find out anyway. That's why I decided to tell you just now.
I see. I'm so happy for you that your son is taking you on this trip. Aren't you happy too?
You're jealous, aren't you? Even though you are my son's wife, he didn't even ask you to join the trip. Poor Jade.
You're right. He changed his personality right after we got married.
I'm sure that's not true.
Now Tommy thinks of me as his housekeeper.
I'm so proud of my son. I told him to bring me a useful wife, and he married you right away. That boy really loves me after all.
I don't understand. Seems like it's a very deep love between mother and son.
Isn't it obvious? Tommy takes me on trips because he cares about me. But you, on the other hand, no trip, and not even a present on some occasions like Christmas and so on. I think he isn't satisfied with you.
I think you're right. Well, it doesn't matter anyway.
Really? All you do is talk tough. That's why no one cares about you. Anyway, while Tommy and I go for a trip, make sure that you clean every room in the house.
I beg your pardon? You mean all of the rooms? Seriously?
Of course I'm serious. Are you trying to say that our house is too big for you to clean?
Luckily, we don't have that many rooms. But your room and Tommy's room are so messy. I'm just saying it's hard to clean them up.
Wait, what do you mean by that? That's rude. Are you trying to say that my room is dirty?
I didn't say that it's dirty. It's just that there are a lot of unnecessary things inside your room. You and Tommy tend to leave most of your stuff out from the storage. I think it's better for both of you to put them inside the cupboards, drawers, and so on.
What's your problem?
I'm the type of person who loves to throw unnecessary things away one by one.
Are you complaining about our lifestyle?
No, I'm not.
You've got some nerve. I don't need you to tell me what to do in the first place. If you have a problem with me and my son, you are free to leave.
What? Are you sure about that? Then I'll leave.
Really? Hold on a sec.
Well, you were the one who told me that I could leave. You don't mind, right? I'm sorry, but I'm just overflowing with joy.
You're the one who will be in trouble if I or Tommy abandon you. You seem to be pretending that you're doing a good job. But I wonder if you can make a living on your own. I think you'll just end up living on the street.
I don't think so. I think my life will be easier than it is now if I leave. I'll be able to save a lot of money.
Stop blabbering nonsense. What are you talking so high and mighty about? You talk as if you're the one who's feeding me and Tommy. We're able to make ends meet because Tommy brings in a lot of money. I don't owe you anything.
I see. For your information, I'm the one who pays for your hospital bills and clothes.
Don't lie to me. Even an idiot can understand that you only receive a modest monthly income.
I'm not lying. If I left, I'm sure you would be troubled.
Anyway, if you want to leave, be my guest. But in return, please don't come back again, okay? See you. I'm surprised. I didn't expect that you really left the house.
Hi, Esther. Welcome home. I hope you had a nice trip with Tommy. Yes, I did as you told me.
You're so obedient, and I think it's weird somehow. Anyway, you didn't steal any money when you left, did you? If you did, I'll call the police right away.
Oh, come on. Don't make me laugh. You don't have enough money I can steal.
What did you say? Are you making fun of me?
Besides, I'm not a kind of person who'll put myself into trouble, so I didn't steal anything. I just left because you gave me permission. You don't have a problem with that, do you?
Well, that's okay. We don't need you anymore. By the way, I just wanted to confirm one thing.
Yes, what is it?
If you left us, you don't intend to come back, right?
Yes, certainly.
Then, will you divorce my son as soon as possible? It seems that he's seeing someone else.
At this point in time, your son is a married man. Is he having an affair with a married woman?
Huh? Married woman? What are you talking about? Of course not. Don't lie to me just because you're frustrated.
I'm sorry, but I'm telling you the truth.
What do you mean?
I can understand why you are surprised. I was surprised when I first found out too. I didn't expect to find out that my husband was having an affair with a married young girl. I thought that kind of affair only exists in movies.
By any chance, did you realize that your husband was having an affair from a while ago?
Of course. Tommy is easy to understand. He never let go of his cell phone, and he's been working overtime too. He even stayed up all night, and he never did this before. That's why I had no doubt that he was having an affair.
I see. But isn't that just too much? You lied about Tommy's affair partner being married just because she took your husband, right? You'd better watch your mouth.
Excuse me? I didn't say a single lie. I've been telling you the truth from the beginning. Huh? That can't be true. You can't deceive me like that. Tommy said he wants to marry his affair partner. He isn't stupid enough to make a move on a married woman. I'm afraid I must tell you that your son is an idiot. You just overestimate him. Anyway, he couldn't even manage to hide his affair from me. If he's not an idiot, then he must be a moron. Shut up! How dare you speak badly about my son? You said that because you don't want him to leave you, right? It doesn't matter how hard you try to fight back. You're lying to me about Tommy's affair partner being a married woman because you want me to take your side. I know you're just trying to ruin their relationship by having me to stop my son. I won't be fooled by your tricks. No, I didn't mean it in the first place. I don't see any benefit in deceiving you anyway. I mean, I don't care if my husband is having an affair. I'll just charge him alimony and get a divorce. What? Alimony? What are you talking about? Isn't it your fault? You're the one who's not doing the housework and wasting Tommy's money, aren't you? I'm going to charge you alimony for all the money you've wasted. Be prepared for that. I'm surprised that both you and your son have no idea about what's going on. Don't you have common sense? It's definitely Tommy's fault for having an affair behind my back. I will never pay you alimony since I didn't do anything wrong. I think you shouldn't get carried away like that. You must divorce my son as soon as possible. I don't want to have a wicked woman like you as my family member. Of course, I'll file for a divorce. I'm the victim here. I've already filled out the divorce papers, so I'll send them to you. Please have Tommy fill the rest and submit them. See you in 5 days. It's been a while. How are you, Jade? Hello, Esther. I'm fine, thanks for asking. Anyway, what can I do for you? Actually, Tommy is planning to invite that girl to come today. I've seen her picture. She's so young and pretty. She's going to be my son's new wife. I was so happy, so I just decided to text you. Wow, that's great news. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Please don't bully her this time. That's rude. I've never bullied anyone. Oh, I think he's back. Please wait for a while. Hey, Jade, can you come over to my place right now? Huh? Why should I do that? I have nothing to do with you guys anymore. But you see, I'm in trouble. I can't ask anyone else for help with something like this. Just come here and help me, okay? I don't know what happened, but you told me not to come back forever, right? So there's nothing I can do. I know, but things have changed. Please, come back. I forgive you for everything you've done. What are you talking about? Have you finally lost your mind? I need you to come back to us. Tommy just brought that girlfriend of his. It seems that she really was a married woman. I told you so, didn't I? But you didn't believe me. I told you I wasn't lying. Because I didn't think she was really a married woman. It seems that her husband found out about the affair. I have to hide her in my house now. I don't know how this happened. I'm the one who told her husband about the affair. What? Did you really do that? That's right. Because I think her husband has the right to know that his wife was having an affair. He can claim for alimony if he has the proof. I can't believe this is really happening. Did you contact her husband? Yes, I did. Well, the husband was an acquaintance of mine to begin with. No way. What do you mean? I don't understand. I met Tommy because we worked at the same company. So, all of his co-workers are acquainted with me too. By the way, Tommy's affair partner is also one of the co-workers. Her husband is not an exception too. In other words, we know each other. She works for the same company as her husband, but in a different department. But she was having an affair with Tommy without hesitation. Unbelievable, isn't it? She has no common sense, no matter how you think about it. Silly Tommy! That's such a risky thing to do! I'm speechless! Tommy is such an idiot. I can't believe he was having an affair with a coworker of his wife whom he sees every day. I wonder what kind of nerve does he have? Is it a matter of upbringing in your family? Well, shame on you then. You're lying, aren't you? There's no way that my son would do such a thing. So both I and the husband of Tommy's affair partner will charge alimony. It's obvious. Wait a minute. It's going to be hard to pay if you ask for so much at once. How am I supposed to pay for it? That's none of my business. I don't care. I know Tommy told you that he's going to get promoted, but in fact, he's just an employee without any job title. His salary is very modest, isn't it? What? I thought my son has a good income. I talked to the husband of his affair partner. I heard that he can't even meet his quota. No wonder his salary is very modest. I was the one who's paying for his living expenses. Are you kidding me? I told you about the living expenses, didn't I? I thought you quit your job after you got married to my son. I just left that company and started another job. You and Tommy told me to do the housework, so I chose a company that allows me to work from home and only attend on-site meeting once in a while. Well, I was still making twice as much as Tommy. Seriously? Why didn't you tell me earlier? I told you many times, didn't I? It was you who didn't listen. Then what about our future life? Well, in a word, it's all over. Oh no! By the way, I've already reported this matter to Tommy's company. Please look forward to their decision of compensation. It took about a week to get rid of both of them. As you can imagine, Tommy and his affair partner were dismissed on disciplinary grounds. I was happy to hear about that from the husband of Tommy's affair partner. In addition, Tommy and his affair partner had to pay a large sum of money for alimony. Both Tommy and his affair partner are looking for a new job. They are living day to day while working several part-time jobs. But of course, they couldn't make ends meet, so Tommy decided to ask his mother for help. The three of them are now living together, draining the money Esther had saved for retirement at an alarming rate.
You were off work today, right?
Yeah, what is it?
Nothing particular. I was just on the road, so I thought I'd drop you a message.
What a surprise.
It's Scott's birthday soon, right? What are you going to get him?
Oh, I haven't decided yet.
Scott is 5 years old now. He should at least have something he wants, right?
I think so. I'll just ask him then. I don't know if he'll tell me what he wants anyway.
Let's just give it a try, Bridget. If he tells you, let's buy him what he wants.
Got it. I'm going shopping now, so I'll visit the toy section while I'm at it.
I know it's been a while. I hope you've been well.
Ambrosia, it's been a while. Is everything all right?
Yes, my eldest son's a hard worker. That's why we're living comfortably without any problems.
I'm sorry I can't be of much help to you guys.
It's okay. We don't expect much from you.
I see. So, what can I do for you today?
It's Scott's birthday soon, right?
Yes, he will turn 5 years old. I'm so grateful that he grew up healthy.
I know. That's the best.
Is this something to do with his birthday?
No, I haven't seen him for a while. So we're talking about having a dinner party for his birthday as well.
Really? I think Scott would be pleased.
How about next Sunday?
I don't have any special plans on that day, so my husband Scott and I will come over to your place.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I beg your pardon?
If the three of you come together, how are we going to prepare for the dinner party? Are you going to leave everything to us? I don't think you should do that.
Well, I was thinking that if it's also Scott's birthday party, I'd like to be with him.
I said it's a dinner party as well as a birthday party, didn't I? The main thing is, it's a family dinner. You should have understood that since you're my son's wife.
Yes, but Scott won't understand if I say it's a dinner party. He will simply think it's his birthday party, won't he? It's difficult to explain if I'm not going together with him.
Isn't that a little too brazen? Are you going to make me and my eldest son's wife prepare the entire meal?
I didn't mean it that way.
Isn't that something you and my eldest son's wife are supposed to do together?
You're right.
When are you really going to realize that you are my son's wife? My eldest son's wife does the housework at our house on a regular basis. I'd rather you take the initiative too. You should come earlier than the rest of the family to help with the preparations. Did I make myself clear to you?
Duly noted, Ambrosia. Can I have a minute with you, Daniel?
Sure. What's going on? I'm on my lunch break, so I can talk to you.
Right after we exchanged our messages, I got a call from your mother. She's planning to have a dinner party for Scott's birthday next Sunday.
Really? That's great.
It's just...
What is it?
She told me to come early because they have to prepare the meal. So, do you mind if I ask you to take care of Scott during the day?
I'm good, but you don't have to force yourself. If you have to go there early, I can tell my mother to just cancel the dinner party.
No, it's fine. I'd feel bad if I had to decline her invitation. Besides, it's our child's birthday party too.
That's true, but I can drop you off at my parents' house. Then, I'll go with Scott somewhere to kill some time, okay?
You don't mind doing that?
No problem.
Thanks, Daniel. I know I can count on you.
You'll be able to come early tomorrow, right?
Yes, I'll be there early.
Well, I don't know if I'll have any work for you since my eldest son's wife is here. But you can at least clean up, right?
What do you mean?
My eldest son's wife is a great cook and a perfect housekeeper. You might not have anything to do.
I see.
In the first place, you even turned down our offer to move in with us so easily. I'm sure you didn't have confidence in doing housework.
That's not the case, but...
I'd like you to at least be useful to us when we need something, since you don't live with us.
With all due respect, Ambrosia.
What?
Because of where my husband works, we can't live together. But we're sending you monthly allowance. That's the only thing we could do to offer our help. And to hear you talk to me like that hurts my feelings.
Well, I don't think I can deal with you if you moved in with us anyway. I think it would be better for us to live separately. Anyway.
What is it?
I know you love your child, but please, think about Robert a little more.
You mean your eldest son's child?
You didn't even buy him a single souvenir when you came to our house. You didn't even give him any present for his birthday.
No, you're wrong about that.
My eldest son's wife was very disappointed. She said she felt bad for her son. Scott has been given what he wants, as much as he wants. Me and my husband also treated him nicely every time he visited us. But only my husband and I care about Robert. I have a feeling that you and your husband don't care about Robert at all.
That's not true. On Robert's birthday, I sent money to buy him whatever he wants. I also gave him allowance every time I met him. How can you say I don't care about him?
You're so good at making up stories.
I'm not lying.
Then what? Are you saying that my eldest son's wife is lying?
No, it's not like that. I'm sure that I sent the money for Robert. I don't mean to be rude, but I can't come often, so I thought it would be better to have him buy whatever he wants by himself. My husband and I have been talking about it.
I wonder what your husband is thinking. It seems he doesn't care that you have made my eldest son's wife upset. I'm sure he must have been brainwashed by you.
Brainwashed? Absolutely not.
He was a sweet boy who understood people's feelings. But you've turned him into a heartless fool.
My husband is still a kind man. Please stop talking like that.
You're just using us for your own convenience. You're saying bad things about us behind our back, aren't you?
Please don't say that. I never once said anything bad about you or my sister-in-law.
I hope so. My son obviously hasn't been the same since he married you. It's your fault.
That's not true. My husband is still the same person.
Anyway, please stop saying unnecessary things to Daniel. This time, we're having a dinner party for Scott's birthday. You should be thankful we invited you. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
And one more thing. I'm not preparing a meal for you tomorrow.
What do you mean?
My eldest son's wife said that she doesn't want to prepare any meal for you. So, as soon as you're done, you can go out for dinner if you want.
Oh, no.
Scott's birthday party has started, Bridget. We've already had dinner, but where are you?
I'm at the restaurant nearby.
Restaurant nearby? What are you doing there? Your sister-in-law's delicious-looking dishes are all lined up.
Well, actually,
What's wrong?
there's no food for me, so she told me to go eat out.
Seriously?
Actually, I got a message from your mother yesterday. She told me that there won't be any dinner for me. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I went back to your parents' house earlier, but the door was locked.
What did you say? I didn't know anything about that.
It's okay. It's Scott's birthday party today. It'll end peacefully if I just bear with it, right?
What are you talking about, Bridget? That's not the point.
You can pretend that you don't know the truth. It's just what happens all the time.
Are you telling me that you've been bullied by my mom and my elder brother's wife all this time?
I told you I'm fine, didn't I? I just have to put up with it.
That's not going to happen. There's no way I can ignore the fact that you've been bullied by my family members.
But if you say something to them, I'll be in big trouble, okay?
Fine. I don't want family members who mistreat my wife. I'll stop sending them money.
Are you okay with that, Daniel? You won't be able to live together with them in the future if you do that.
Don't worry about that. That's why my parents live with my brother and his family. It's none of our business.
Are you sure?
It's none of our business anyway. From now on, let's save the money for Scott's future. We're working hard together. Anyway, I'm going to cut ties with my family.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, I am. I'd rather have you as my family since you've been taking care of our child all this time, Bridget.
Thanks, Daniel.
I think you should go ahead and take the train home. You don't have to answer any more calls or messages.
Okay then. Please take care of Scott and make sure he behaves properly.
Hey, pick up the phone. What's this all about? Are you abandoning your duty as my son's wife?
Sorry about that. My husband told me not to answer the phone.
What a cross-minded woman you are. I'll make sure you'll never talk to me like that again.
I beg your pardon?
My son really shouldn't have married you. You refused to live together with us. You also forced your sister-in-law to do all the housework. And to top it off, you made my son stop sending money to his parents.
Well, It's because you treated me so badly.
Shut up. Do you know how I feel when my own son abandoned me? I'll make sure you feel the same way. Be prepared for that. Hey, where are you guys? Answer me.
Long time no see, Ambrosia. My husband told me not to respond to any of your calls or messages.
I'm in your apartment right now. The name on the nameplate has changed. Can you explain what happened?
Oh, we moved out.
Moved where?
I can't tell you that.
Why not?
Because you said to me that you'll make sure I'll never talk back to you again. So me and my husband were afraid that you might even kidnap Scott. That's why we decided not to tell you that we've moved out.
I didn't expect my son would do that.
Did you say something?
Nothing.
If you don't have anything special to talk about, let's end our conversation here.
Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I tried to reach my son, but I couldn't get through to him. That's why I texted you.
Oh, my husband said he blocked your number.
That's such a terrible thing to do. Your brainwashing is so scary.
So, what can I do for you?
Well, we've reached our limit.
Huh? What do you mean?
We can't live without your monthly allowance.
But you and your husband still have your pensions, right? In addition, your eldest son is also working. If you don't live extravagantly, you should be able to live well enough.
There are 4 adults in our house. Moreover, Robert's appetite is growing. The food expenses alone are ridiculously expensive.
But you still have enough to live on, don't you?
No, it's not enough.
Why is that?
I found out that my eldest son's wife created a lot of debts. She got addicted to gambling because of the stress from moving in together with us.
The stress of living together with you? My sister-in-law was a very good wife, wasn't she? You said you're glad that she moved in with you. Don't you remember that? Was she under pressure all this time?
It seems so. I wonder why.
That's because you made her work from day to night right after she moved in with you. Am I right?
Well, you see...
If you're being strict to her every day, she'd be a better cook. She'll also be perfect at housework too. Because if she doesn't do what she's told to do, you'll punish her.
Yes, but...
I understand how stressed out my sister-in-law must be.
My eldest son's wife used all the money you and your husband gave for Robert. She put it all into gambling.
It seems so.
Did you know about that?
My brother-in-law contacted my husband. He said he wants to borrow some money.
What happened after that?
Of course, my husband refused. We can't afford it either. We don't have any money to lend to strangers.
Strangers? We are your family. It's natural to help your family when they are in need, isn't it?
How can you say that? You bullied me all the time. You praised your other daughter-in-law, but now you want me to help her because she has created a huge amount of debts? You must be kidding me.
Don't be so cold. You refused when I asked you to move in with us, so I got a little sarcastic. It was hard. Don't you understand?
That doesn't mean it's okay to bully me. My husband and I have no intention of lending you money or helping you. So please, give up. I have to prepare dinner now, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh no. Hey, I can't take it any longer. Please, help me. I tried so hard to save money, but we have to use the money to pay off the debt. We can't live like this forever.
Not again.
You're replying early today.
I happen to be off work today.
Could you please resume sending money to us?
We've cut ties with you, Ambrosia. There's no way we're sending you money again.
We have no money.
Then why don't you work? I've been working desperately to be able to send monthly allowance for you before we decided to cut ties. I had to drop off Scott at the daycare before I go to work on weekdays. Do you have any idea how sad I was whenever I saw my son crying while asking me to stay by his side? Have you ever thought about the sacrifices Daniel and I made to be able to send you monthly allowance?
I'm so sorry. But Scott is happy whenever he's at the daycare, isn't he?
Yes, he is now.
That's fine then.
No, that's not what I meant. If you don't have money to live on, then you need to generate your own income. Both you and your husband are still in good health. If you both work, you can earn enough money to live on.
Are you going to make two elderly people work? Do you have no sense of humanity?
You can say whatever you want, but we will never send money to you again. What about your eldest son and his wife? As long as you are living together, they should cooperate with you. Besides, it was your eldest son's wife who created the debts.
Actually, she was trying to get rich easily since we're running out of money. My eldest son got into gambling too.
What?
He said if he wins, it'll be big, so he wants us to wait a little longer. In the meantime, we're running out of money.
What do you mean? Ambrosia, I think you should stop them. Gambling isn't the best solution for this matter. Please stop your eldest son and his wife before it's too late.
They won't listen to me.
If you don't do something, everyone will suffer.
I know. I couldn't convince them. That's why I'm asking for your help.
Even if we send you the money, your eldest son and his wife will just spend it all. It will further increase their debt.
Why are you being so persistent? If you had continued to send money to us in the first place, we wouldn't be in this sticky situation. We could make ends meet each month. It's all your fault that things turned out this way.
Excuse me? You are so wrong. There's no point in talking to you anymore.
Oh, wait a minute. How about you let me move into your place?
What are you talking about?
If we live together, you won't have to send the money. Also, I can get out of this hard life.
Are you okay with that? Please, think carefully.
What?
Are you telling me that as long as you're happy, that's all that matters to you? What about your husband and your eldest son's family?
It's fine. Those people should just earn their own money and struggle on their own.
How heartless you are. Robert is your own grandson. He's also your family.
My heart aches when I think of Robert, but it's all because of what his parents did. It can't be helped.
But you and your husband are your son's parents. You are also very careless with money, aren't you?
Huh?
I know. You go out for lunch with your friends every day. You also visit the beauty salon once a week. Besides, you go on trips with your friends every season.
No way. How did you find out about that?
Your eldest son told me.
What?
It's not a good thing that your eldest son's wife gambled and got into debt. But you also have spent all her money without thinking about your budget. There's no way that you can get away and pretend as if you didn't do anything wrong.
Well, I'm sure that my eldest son lied to you.
I don't think so.
Please, help me. If you can't send me money, just lend me some money. Please, Bridget, you're the only one I can count on.
I promised my husband that I will never lend money to you. That's why you need to give up.
Don't say that. If I don't do this, we'll lose the house.
I don't care.
What a terrible thing to say.
I recommend that you lose everything and reflect on it wholeheartedly. I suggest you rebuild your life after that.
I can't do that.
You don't have a choice. Ambrosia, can't you even understand that? After all, you need to redo everything.
So, you won't help me? Your mother-in-law is in such trouble and you just ignore her?
I can't help you. My husband has stopped me from doing so. Please, don't ever ask me for help in the future.
Then you should be the one to ask my son for help. Tell him that his mother is in financial trouble and she needs help.
I don't want to do that. My husband is the one who abandoned his own family to protect me. I'm truly grateful for his love for me.
I gave birth to your husband.
I know, and I really appreciate that, but I would never disobey him.
So you won't help me?
Yes, because my husband says he will disassociate himself from his family. Ambrosia, I'm afraid this conversation will be the last one you'll ever hear from me. Please continue to have plenty of suffering in your life.
Oh no.
I have been married for 9 years. I will never forget how my mother-in-law has always bullied me. I wish you all the best. After that, my parents-in-law's finances were on fire. They had to sell the family home to pay off the debt. I can imagine that there was a lot of trouble between the family members. My sister-in-law, who had been troubled by my mother-in-law's selfishness and self-indulgent behavior, decided to move out of the house. My sister-in-law is also the one who created the debt. I thought that might not be the case either, but it was none of my business. The rest of the family is living together in a small, shabby apartment. Ambrosia and her husband are now working part-time for a job they found at the recruitment agency for elderly people. They are complaining that they don't make enough money to stay afloat. In addition, my brother-in-law, who is the breadwinner of the family, has been working day jobs in addition to earn more. As for me, I am concerned about Robert. But as my husband said, I am glad that we have cut ties with them. We are having a busy but happy time as a family of 3. Anyway, I have new life growing in my belly now.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!